us with his training, his knowledge, his motivation. He has touched so many of you all, helped you in your business, and now he is here speaking to us guys, because this gentleman speaks all over the world, but he gives and pours into us here at Akana, and we are so blessed to have him. And so without further ado, Coach Dan, Pastor Dan, Trainer Dan, are you out there? Well, Coach Dan, it is 8 o'clock, 8:01. Are you there? Are you there? Okay, I might have gotten a message that I don't know about. I just ran in the house after an appointment. So guess what, Dr. Roz? It's me and you. What are we going to talk about this morning? What are we going to pour in? Well, for one thing, Dr. Roz, what is today? This is the 31st day
Good
of the
morning,
month.
Teresa. Yeah, from Albany.
Hey, Teresa, Albany. And Dr. Roz, what is going on in the land of Akana on the last day of the month that we can really close out our month with a bang?
Well, the last day of the month, there's 30% discount.
Woo!
30%.
Yeah, go ahead. Have you seen 30% since 2019?
I have not. It's been such a long time ago, I can't even remember when it happened in 2019.
In the beginning. Oh, wow, guys. So I hope you guys are out there doing what you do, informing each and every one of your customers, letting them know, because I'm going to tell you something. If they found out it was 30% off and you did not tell them, so they could rack up on pain cream, maybe get that flat belly lifestyle, things that they've been holding off on because they couldn't afford it. Well, now is the time. So everybody should be out there on the line, getting people involved, getting people, helping them to save money and use our phenomenal products. So Dr. Roz, do you know of any events going on? I know you and your team are always doing things in the Houston area, in Texas, period, in the country. Are you doing anything this weekend?
Well, guess what? I am doing something, but it will not be in Texas. It will actually be in Louisiana.
Awesome.
I'll be next door to you guys in Monroe, Louisiana, at a vending event that I attend yearly, and it just happens to be the same weekend. So my goal is to get done at 2 o'clock and drive over there where y'all are and see if I can catch the last 30 minutes or something.
Oh my goodness, it'll be so good to see you. That's always a treat. We can't wait to get there. Christian and I were talking yesterday, and you know what our conversation we are birds of a feather. We love to eat. So we're thinking
the food.
Yeah. Yes. And so, hey, Kathy is out there. Kathy, would you unmute yourself and talk about what's going on in Louisiana? Because that is your team. Let's hear from you, Kathy Weathersby. I thought I saw Kathy Weathersby.
Hey there. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I'm excited for everything that's going on around the country and in Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana, to be exact, on Saturday, June 3rd from 11 to 4. There's going to be a phenomenal event. I know you and Christian are going to have a good time. I'm missing you guys already.
I am.
It was great last weekend, and I hate I'm not going to be able to eat with y'all because I'm a foodie too.
Yes.
But I know y'all going to enjoy it for me. Mm-hmm. But there's going to be all types of great things that are going to be happening there. Not only will you guys be sharing Akana and the opportunity, the flat belly lifestyle, there's going to be bioscans. There's even going to be, it's really a health fair. There's going to be blood pressure checks. There's going to be a blood sugar check. There's also going to be some movement. While people are getting their bioscans, there's going to be some exercise that's going on, some stretching, some line dancing. So it sounds like it's going to be a fun event. You guys are going to tear it up. I know Dr. Kim is excited and her team is excited, and I'm excited for them. I love the energy. And listen, based on some of the stuff that we talked about in our mastermind last weekend, this is just the beginning. So I'm
Absolutely.
really excited for everybody. And back to you, Phil.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Well, Dr. Roz, you just made me think of something. I know someone that was very influential in a business that we were in some years ago. And guess where she lives? In Monroe. And now I got to figure out where her number is. But I definitely, if I touch bases with her, I'm going to put the two of you all together. And maybe I know you're going to be doing bioscans and blood tests. So maybe she can get out. I know where her number is. So I'm excited about that. And that's why we should network. That's why we should always know what's going on, what team is doing what, where, so that we can plug people in. And, that's how you build teams around the country. Hey, so is anybody else out there doing anything this weekend that you would like to share with the group? We'd love to hear it. We'd love to support it. We'd love to grow Akana. Anybody?
Yeah, that's why we should post it.
Yes.
If you're having an event in your area, don't keep it to yourself. Post it out there on the Facebook page. Let people know about it, because that way they can participate and be a part of it. And it's by putting people in the seats, guys. Yeah, the more people in the seats, the better it is. Because if y'all haven't heard Dr. Kim teaching about CBD, oh my God. Hey, Dr. Kim drops the mic every time she opens up her mouth and she's teaching that CBD 101. If she's teaching about the heart, if she's teaching whatever it is she's teaching about, it's completely off the chain. And guess what? I don't know. I see Gigi's
I do too. I see somebody on the line with us that we've been waiting on.
All right.
So, hey, Coach Dan, you want to take it away?
Hey, I was actually listening in. Good morning, everybody. Y'all excuse all of the background noise. I am doing what I do. I am at the airport, and we are heading to Atlanta, and so to do some work there in Atlanta. But listen, let me tell you guys something. What Phyllis was just talking about is paramount. Now, what I was getting ready to talk about, I was going to talk about Game 6. I was going to talk about Game 6 with the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. If you're not a basketball follower or a basketball enthusiast, I'll just tell you what it looked like. There was so much to learn in building a business. There was so much to learn in mental fortitude and stick-to-itiveness in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals that I said I had to talk to you guys about it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then I'm going to close out with what Ms. Phyllis and Dr. Roz was speaking of. So check this out, y'all. Game 6, the Boston Celtics is getting ready. They're in another elimination game. This is the 5th elimination game that the Boston Celtics have had, where if they did not win, they were going to go home. Now, the challenge with this is that pretty much the Boston Celtics was winning. It appeared that they were going to win the game. While they were in the game, you could hear the commentators talking about Jimmy Butler, which was on the Miami Heat. They said that he was not looking like himself. He was not taking ownership. He was not doing what he does. And this was somewhere around the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth. And then something happened. Jimmy Butler began to become who he is. He began to become who he is. And as a result, he put the Miami Heat in a position to win in the very last minute of the final, in the very last seconds of the 6th game, which was an elimination game, and they were going to the finals. He had to hit 3 free throws. Jimmy Butler hit the 3 free throws. What is the first lesson? Number 1, don't stop fighting no matter who has counted you out. That's the first lesson. Don't stop fighting no matter who has counted you out. Some people will say to you that you should give up, you should quit, because the truth of the matter is you're not having a good game. Stop shooting, stop pushing. People are talking about you, saying how you're failing in whatever it is you're doing. And if you allow those negative influences, if you allow that negative energy to determine what it is that you are going to do or not do, then you have already lost. That's point number one. So Jimmy Butler continued to move. Point number two happens where in the last 3 seconds, Miami Heat, everyone is celebrating. It is understood that if Boston misses the shot, then Miami Heat is going to the NBA Finals. This is understood. This is what's going to happen. But let me tell you what took place. What took place is the Boston Celtics missed the shot. So you would have thought that they would have won. But there's a gentleman by the name of Darren White that said, I am not going to quit. And he ran in for a tip to get the ball in with less than 0.2 seconds on the clock. What does that say? And they was able to force a game 7. What does that say? You cannot stop pushing. Today is May 31st. It is the last day of the month. Some of you is just a few hits away from breaking to go to that next level, to break ranks and things of that nature. And the truth of the matter is, it's easy to give up if you don't see it. But if you just keep pushing, if you keep fighting until you hear the last bell ring, until midnight comes, guess what can happen? It is possible that you could run into somebody, you could meet somebody can call you back that you've been talking to for a while. It is possible that you'll be able to still reach whatever goal you had this month. Some of us don't reach the goal because we don't pursue the goal to the end. And we start getting deflated when it looks like we're about to lose. Everyone thought in game 6 that it was over. Everyone thought that Boston was going to lose. Everyone thought that Miami Heat was going to the finals. But guess what, you guys? It did not happen because they refused to quit. And Miami Heat would have never been able to be in position if Jimmy Butler would have rested on the fact that he was shooting and his shots was off. If he would have rested on the fact that he was not his normal self, that would have never taken place. What am I saying to you today? If we tie this back to what Phyllis and what Dr. Roz was talking about when I joined, the reality of the situation is it is about putting seats in the chair. Why is that? Because when you put seats in the chair, the more people in the room, the greater the energy. If you're having an event and there's people in your area that knows about Akana, that's familiar with Akana, that's a part of Akana, it may not be their event, but if they come and join, their presence adds validity to your process, to your presentation. Let me say that again. When you have more people in the seats, their presence adds validity to your presentation. When you're able to stand up in a room and say how many pearls we have, how many jades we have, how many sapphires we have, how many rubies we have that's in the room, and people start standing up and you begin to announce, well, the sapphires have made $10,000 in one calendar month, the rubies $25,000 in one calendar month. The truth of the matter is, you literally, what you're doing is you're creating and adding validity and credibility in the room. And so you want to make certain that you get as many people in the room as possible. And when you're doing the presentations, don't allow a presentation to go without somebody presenting how impactful Akana, the products, the business has been for them. Because people overcome by testimonies. Listen, the greatest form of advertising is word of mouth. The more people you get talking about what you're doing, the greater and the faster you're going to be able to grow your team. Listen, it's 8:15, you guys. I apologize for the background noise. But listen, finish strong today. Finish strong today. Listen, you can win and advance and force a game 7 with less than 0.2 seconds left on the clock. But if you stop pushing, that possibility will never become your reality. Finish strong today. The last piece on this is that I want you to know that as leaders, once you hit that sapphire, once you hit that ruby, you should at this point be hosting your own events. Don't worry about if 2 people come the first time, 3 people come the first time. Begin to practice hosting your event. And what you're going to see, the more events you host on your own, the better you're going to become, the more comfortable you're going to become, the more familiar you're going to become with the presentation, and you're going to see those things grow, and not only grow, but it's going to soar. I'll never forget when I was opening up the Ohio market in the energy business in Cincinnati. The first time I went down to Cincinnati, I had 3 people in a room. Those 3 people grew to almost 250 people within less than 60 days. Why? Because we were consistent. Every week I was getting in my car, driving to Cincinnati, doing these presentations until we began to build leaders and train leaders in those regions. But you got to do the work, and don't despise small beginnings, because what started small, look at Akana right now. We started with just 4 women and a dream, and look where we are today. So listen, the first step to making a dream come true is to wake up and begin to pursue it. So let's go ahead and do it. With that being said, I'm gonna jump off this call. I love you guys. I love you for real. Until next time, have a supernaturally Akana kind of day. God bless and prosper.